Hey VGA crew, Mike Amari here with the question of the week. Question of the week, of course, was what was your game of the decade that wasn't making anyone else's lists? Now, mine doesn't make anyone else's list because technically it's a 2009 game. I'm going to go with this technicality though because it was late 2009 when it came out, and it was the most important game for me in the past decade. I played it just a few months ago, in fact. For me, my favorite game and most important game of the past decade is the Beatles Rock Band. This game is as important to me as it is because it came out right around the time when I was having my first child. I had my first child December 9th of 2009. I then received Rock Band Beatles, or the Beatles Rock Band, whichever way they decided to write it, as a Christmas gift. And I remember that Christmas, it was very hectic, very crazy. Everyone was kind of crammed into our little apartment that we were living in at the time. And there it was, Christmas night, after everyone had finally gone to sleep and everyone had left. And there was still trying to turn over in my head what it was like to be a dad. And I started playing the Beatles Rock Band. And I just kept playing, and it was just this wonderful love letter to a band that not only I had loved, but as with most people, it was something that I had shared with my father, who unfortunately had not lived to see me become a father. And so there I was in this darkened apartment, having just had my first Christmas as a father, playing this game that was so important to me. And I, without realizing it, played through the entire thing in a single sitting, just because I could not put it down. And just, it was this transfixing, transcendent experience that I know I can never recreate. But I try every year. Every year on Christmas Day, after everyone leaves, at Christmas night I should say, after everyone leaves and after everyone goes to sleep, I sit down and I do, every year for the past 10 years, a complete playthrough in one sitting of the Beatles Rock Band. If you go through the Laser Time community, you'll see I was posting as I was doing it this year. It's become this tradition that now I'm able to share with my son. He was actually watching me play this, and I've explained to him many times why I do it each year and why it's so important to me. And while he does not like the Beatles quite as much as I did, it is something he can appreciate for years to come. And it's honestly, I'm going to have to make sure that I have a 360 that somehow works for the rest of my life so I can do this every single year. Because this has been my tradition and will continue to be my tradition. If you don't want to count Beatles Rock Band, I mean, Alan Wake, February 2010. Amazing game. Everyone should play it. Great writing, great characters. But yeah, so that's my answer to the question of the week. Thank you guys for listening to me. I look forward to being with you guys again next week.